Hello, welcome and welcome back to the Purpose and Glow podcast. My name is Pamela Nangabe, your host, and I am excited for today's episode because we just celebrated Mother's Day, right? And today's episode is all about motherhood. I'm excited to have the conversation with my guest. The Purpose and Glow Hub came about with two pillars in mind. That is a podcast where we have conversations around wellness, business, and wedding talks. And the other pillar is the community, which is also divided into two parts, which is the collective where productivity meets purpose. And then we have a book club where we meet on a monthly basis. We read one book that is of self-help productivity, just books that can help us better ourselves. With that said, welcome to today's episode. Thank you so much for agreeing to having this conversation with me, and just welcome to the Purpose and Glow podcast.
Thank you very much, Pamela, for having me today.
For those that do not know you, how would you introduce yourself?
My name is Katrina Nyambali. I'm a mother of two kids. One is 17, one is 11. One lives with me and one lives with the grandmother in the north. Yeah.
So I'd like us to go into a few icebreaker questions. The first question is, what's your favorite song at the moment? The song that is always on repeat.
Ooh, my favorite song at the moment is Walile Lungima. That one is my favorite. Walile Lungima by Yanti.
Are you a morning person or a night person?
I'm a night person.
Why would you say you're a night person?
Oh, I hate waking up early in the morning. I'm always late. When it comes to night, I'm someone who doesn't like sleeping.
Oh, okay. So you get a lot done at night, right?
Yeah, at night I would have a lot done.
Yeah. What's the one thing people would be surprised to learn about you?
That I can actually dance.
Ooh. Why do you think they don't think you know how to dance?
Because most of the people believe that I'm just that boring indoor person, but I'm not that type of person.
Okay. You actually know how to dance.
Yeah.
My next icebreaker question is, what always makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh is my family. My family, like my sisters, when we sit together, when we always bring up funny topics, and they always make me laugh.
They always make you laugh.
Yeah.
My last icebreaker question is, what's the one thing you cannot leave the house with?
My phone.
Your phone?
Yeah.
What's on your phone that is so important that you cannot leave the house with?
I don't know. It's just that, when you don't have your phone, you feel lost. I don't know why. Because if you just leave the house and you don't have your phone, or let me say maybe your phone was grabbed off or maybe lost, then now you just feel like the world has ended.
Say, tell me a little bit more about your upbringing, who you are, just for me to better understand as we get deeper into the conversation.
Okay. My upbringing, I grew up with my father in Freedom Land, and that's actually not very good upbringing, because I remember like when I was at school, I really used to struggle. My father, he didn't used to be there for me, not there for me, but I mean like he was always at work, because he used to work for NDF, and most of the time he was always not there. He used to leave me with my aunties, but they were not really treating me well. That's why later on I ended up moving from their house, and then I went to live at my neighbor's house. That because I was also always like, no, this child is so young, but now the child must fend for herself. So that was it.
Today's topic is about motherhood, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me how you became a mom? Is it something you wanted? Or...
No, it was not something I wanted. When I was growing up, that time I was around 15, 16 then. And life, when you're struggling, you will be like, then there's this guy proposing me, and I didn't really understand the things. He will feed me sweets, he will give me maybe a bit of pocket money to go to school. So I was just like, oh, the guy loves me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, every time he will call me to his place because we used to live in the same street. So we end up later doing the doors, and then that's how I got pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
But now the guy, when I got pregnant, he disappeared from the street that I used to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And then now when my father found out I was pregnant, we decided to look for the guy. But then we later found him, and we told him that I was pregnant. So from there, we communicated with the family of the guy, and then they decided, no, okay, we'll take responsibility and everything, you know. And then my father decided, no, you should go and stay with your mother, now my aunt in Nyambali, because my mom passed away already when I was small.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed there until I gave birth. I stayed there. The guy would not really support at that time when the child was young, but the family would give me a bit of money. The father, no, the family side.
Yeah.
My father. So from there, the child grew up. When he was like 2 years. When he was 2 years, my father decided, since I went back to school,
Mm-hmm.
I must go and live with him in the north because he was getting retired. So I decided, no, it's fine. I can go and live with my father in the north. From there, I'll get like jobs, like weekend, to go and mop people's house, to go and iron, just so I get something small to feed myself, because I couldn't expect my father to feed me from the north and also feed my child. So I struggled a lot.
But who were you living with in the house?
That was my auntie's and my father's family side.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So you had your child at the age of 15, 16, teenage pregnant.
16.
16.
Yeah.
And you went back to school.
Yeah, I went back to school.
Did you complete your studies?
Yeah, I didn't really complete. I went to school because at the time when I got pregnant, I was grade 8. I wrote my grade 9, 10, then I usually filled with 22 points that time. But then I couldn't afford to pay NAMCOL for myself to help me upgrade my results. So I just ended up not going to school anymore, because there was no one that could really help me with payments.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to rely on my father every time that send me this, because now he's there taking care of the child. The father is not giving anything. Even if you call him and say, oh, can we please buy the kids even just tracksuit for winter, he will not. He will give you excuses every time.
Yeah. So basically, after grade 10, you had to go look for a job.
Yeah, I had to go look for a job
to support yourself and your son.
Yeah.
For how long did that go on for?
Until now.
Basically
until now, because the father doesn't even give that. Like, let me say I now have 2 kids. Okay, the other father really tries to support the one for the last one. But this one now, for the one that is 17 years, that one from childhood, since the child was small, it doesn't give anything to
Does he know that he's his child? Did he acknowledge the word? Did he acknowledge the child?
The thing is, the child used to stay with my father, but when my father passed away in the north, the child came to stay with me, and I took him from the north, so he comes and stay with me.
Yeah.
There was a time I sent the child to go stay with him. Since I was like, no, since you're not giving me anything, take the child and feel also that pain of staying, not me giving you anything. So the child went to stay, because he's always telling me, now if you feel like I'm not giving you anything, you can bring my child to come and stay with me. So I said, no, it's fine, because you will come and take the child for weekends. That child will come back with nothing. Maybe not. Sometimes I remember he called the child for weekend. and it's supposed to be school tomorrow. He's calling me. I'm calling him at night. He's not picking up. I call him in the morning because the uniform was at home. That where is the child? And he tells me he doesn't have taxi money. I had to come and pay for the child myself at home for him to go to school. He knows that it's his child, but recently he told me it's not his child. Just imagine someone that is 16 last year in November. He told me that it's not his child.
Why is that? What brought the conversation around that?
I don't know. I just texted him. I said the child wanted to come and visit you because we'll be going to the north in December. And he just texted me that he doesn't need visitors. Then I'm just like, what do you mean you don't need visitors? The child is the one who told me he wants to come visit you. Then he texted me that that is not his child. I must stop bothering him with my child.
Yeah.
Imagine.
What's one thing that you have learned about you ever since you became a mom?
Ooh, motherhood is very, 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 very stressful. Especially when you don't have support. I'll get support sometimes from my family, but it's not really enough because if you are a mother, the child expects more from you. And when you tell the child, no, I can't do this, buy me this, and I say, no, I can't, the child feels maybe that you are neglecting him. But sometimes you just can't. You just can't. You just can't do that. You just can't afford to buy the things. Or maybe if someone gives you, now you end up sacrificing for the child.
Yeah. Why do you say you need help from the family? Why do you say you need help from the family? You say they give help, but the help is not enough. Why do you need help?
Like my child goes to school with taxi every day.
Okay.
Sometimes I can't afford to give him that. And my son also has like a learning difficulty.
A learning difficulty?
Yeah, of reading and writing.
Okay.
So he needs like special, that's why I took him to special. Last year, he didn't go to school because there was no space. So I had to push for him to get into a special school. And you know how difficult it is to get in this government school, special schools. You have to really struggle. So that's why last year he stayed at home. The whole of last year he didn't go to school. But luckily enough, this year I managed to get him into the school. You must always be patient because getting into the school is very, very, very difficult. It's not easy at all.
Is it just the learning and writing challenges does he have, or what?
Yeah, that's all he has.
That's all he has.
Yeah.
To read and write, it requires him to go to a special school.
Yeah, because he has
ADHD. What? Can you help me understand more what that is?
It's just a learning difficulty where it's like dyslexia. Because the child struggles to write or to read words to put them together. Let me say, even these small words he will struggle. But he's not like he has a problem of anything else. It's just that one.
To read and to write.
To read and to write.
Okay, from what I know, I don't really know much into details. It's just they learn in a different way than what normal people would do.
Yes, they don't really learn how to read and write that. They learn simple words, but they are mostly teaching them like, let me say, car washing, bricklaying, things that they can do with their hands because they are really good with their hands. It's just that they cannot be in the mainstream.
Yeah. And many a times they are not good with academics or reading and writing, but good with their hands.
Like for him, he plays soccer now. He plays at sports Special Olympics. He's playing for Special Olympics soccer. How
did you find out that he has dyslexia?
You know, when you are schooling, was schooling in the north, the teachers will always call me. And then when he came to Windhoek, the teachers still used to call me that, no, this child needs to go at least maybe to Boys Pioneer or something. Then I applied for him at Boys Pioneer, but they told me he needs to be at the level of grade 5 in writing. They cannot take him there. So they sent me to go to Miss Ronald Bosch. This is a school outside, it's a office that side of where the school for the blind, the school for the deaf is. There's a lot of schools there. So I went to there, and then you don't just, you get only booked that day. Imagine I booked like in January, and I only got help September. Because it's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
The list is very long.
Yeah.
So there she tested the child. You would test the child with different things. Teach him how to show him how, if he can read, if he can write, if he knows certain materials. You ask him different types of questions, and then he will now diagnose the child with what the child has.
If I understand, the school teachers are the one that picked up that he has a learning difficulty.
Yeah, even me myself, I picked it up because I would teach him. I would try and teach him at home how to read and write. But then you can see, like maybe if he's writing a P, he will write it facing the other side.
Yeah.
Or if you say he must, he will put the things, memorize the things. But if you ask him tomorrow, he doesn't know anymore.
Yeah.
So even the teachers, I tried, before he came from that school, I tried to put him in a school where he goes like after school, the afternoon classes. And then the teachers said, well, like, no, this one really needs a special help.
Yeah.
You know, so myself, I realized, no, there's no use putting the child in mainstream if the child is really struggling. You end up just not wanting to go to school.
Yeah.
Because now I see he's very happy at the school he goes, because there you are not stressed to learn, like to write or read. You don't even write the exam. They just test you. You can stay until you are 21 years old.
How long has he been there?
He just went there this year.
This year, so this year already, and he's liking it. Nice, and you can see that
it's really. Even if you say no today, you're not going to school, you'll be like, no, there's what was, you just have to go. He's really happy, you can see, but because there you have to force him. He will go to school, but he will walk even slow, and the teachers are always calling him, this child is coming to school late. But now he will wake up the first to go to school.
That is such a joy to hear. You as a mom, finding out that your child has, I can't say disability, has this challenge, what did it do to you? How did you feel? How did you come to about it, to accept or to just know, because everybody wants a healthy and a normal child, right? Not that I'm not saying they are not normal. How did you take it when you first learned or started to notice it?
No, in my case, I already used to read about kids that are not meant for mainstream school.
Yeah.
So it was really not bad for me because I understand already. There are people that are good with their hands.
Sure.
So I already understood that no, maybe he's not meant for this, he's meant for this. Because even me, myself, I will see this child is very good. He will fix things. He can fix things. Even a light bulb, he knows how to do it. You can even fix your phone, even if it's broken, he will fix it for you. You can see that he's really good with his hands, just not good with this school writing and reading. So I understood, I started understanding him better, even that no, I cannot be forcing the child to be reading and writing while the child is already having this difficult problem of writing and reading.
Yeah.
So even when he was diagnosed by the psychologist, I already understood myself. I understand that no, he just has to accept that I don't even try to push him. And then you'll find someone is saying that the child is dumb. The child is not dumb.
Yeah.
The child is not
dumb. I was about to ask, how do you then protect your child from what the society think is right? I say think is right because there's no right and wrong, or Kids with
Everyone
special
have
needs.
their opinions.
Yeah.
I cannot be saying, don't say this to my son, don't say this to my son.
Mm-hmm.
But I just try to make him understand also that it's not that you are dumb, it's just that you have a different ability. You have a different, there's a lot of kids, he also understands at their school, there's a lot of kids that have that difficult learning.
Mm-hmm.
And even when he went to that school, the teachers, they explained to them, because you when the child will go and the teachers will try and explain to you that the child is not this, the child just has a difficult ability or different ability than other kids in the mainstream. So you as a mother has to learn to be with your child and to make him understand
Mm-hmm.
that what the society will be saying to him is not who he is.
Who he is.
Yeah.
As a mom, what strength have you learned about yourself knowing that you have a child with special needs?
I just have to learn to be who. Just have to learn to be who the child, to accept it, accept that the child is like that. I cannot be saying, because I know the child doesn't really struggle with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's those kids who needs maybe feeding, or that one can be on his own. The only thing he doesn't know is to read and write. That's all.
Mm.
So I can't be like, no, there's people that are going through a lot. The kids are on their wheelchair. Even when I went to that school, I could see that no, my child is not better, but I could see that me, I'm
There are
going,
different stages,
yeah,
and you're
yeah,
at
this-
the stage.
me, I'm
whereas-
at this stage,
Mhm.
but there are other parents that their kids are going through a lot.
Mhm.
So you just have to understand that no, my child needs me, and I must support my child. Wherever you can support the child, doesn't mean to be perfect or fancy things.
Mhm.
Just make sure the child is well dressed, well fed. That's all. Don't need really a lot of things.
I love it. I love the fact that you yourself came to accept it and you are walking through it.
Yeah.
What's the difficult part, apart from money, what's difficult about raising a child with special needs?
What is difficult is like raising a boy. It's very, very tough. It's very, very tough to raise a boy. Not only boys, but I would say since I have boys, I understand.
Oh, you're a boy mom, even
Yeah.
the second child is a boy.
Yeah. I understand that boys can be very stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have also to learn how to handle them. You have to learn that if this child is doing this, I must teach him this in this manner, that no, that's not how it's done.
Yeah. In the days that, as a person, right, we have our highs and we have our lows.
Yeah.
On the days that your son is feeling low, how do you motivate him apart from just telling him that you're very special or you are wired differently?
No, I just try to not treat him different.
You don't treat him different?
No, I don't treat him different. I just treat him like the other kids, because he also understands, because with the other kids that we live with, or the other kids that he stays with in the street, he doesn't see himself different. So I myself also just try to treat him not different from other kids.
Yeah. And have you seen that it helps?
Yeah, it helps a lot. Because if I start treating him different, like, no, this one is, I must not do this, no, I must not do this. Like, let me say, I will send him to go and withdraw money for me. I told him, if you want to withdraw money, you press here, you press here. So even that day, I will just sometimes say, please go to the ATM and go withdraw for me. Because if you start saying, no, I cannot send this child to the shop, or no, I cannot send him to go and withdraw, that child will not learn
or develop even.
Develop. The child will just be like, no. Now, if people want to do something, they will maybe even call the neighbor's child that knows. So I try to teach him things that other normal kids do, things that the kids of his age do.
Yeah.
So he also knows that no, now I'm growing, I must learn how to do this, I must learn how to use a phone, I must learn how to do all this.
I love hearing that you treat him as a, I don't want to use the word normal because he's normal, but he's a special child. So
Yeah.
I'll use the word normal. You treat him just like as you would treat any other child who does not have special needs.
Yes.
I love hearing that. What advice would you give to a mom that is feeling overwhelmed or just finding out that, I have a child with special needs? What advice would you give to that parent?
I will actually tell them that no child is different, it's just a different ability.
Yeah.
You just have to learn to be strong for your child and just know that you are not alone. There are people out there that have more and more things. There are kids that are bedridden. You have to carry them around every time. If your child can walk, can do things on his own, on his or her own, then you don't have to be really stressed. You just have to learn how to accept your child and how to be there for your child. And just know that they are not alone. There are really people struggling with kids. And if you are a mother and you can bring bread for your child on the table, then that's better.
What else could a child ask for?
Yeah.
So we recently celebrated Mother's Day. How did you celebrate your Mother's Day?
I just celebrated at home with family and friends. I was first at home, and then this friend of mine called me, and then we went out and had drinks. Since they are also mothers. Yeah.
What did your son do for you? Did he say Happy Mother's Day to you?
I was even bullying him when he woke up. He came to ask taxi money because he was going for sport that day. And then he just said, I need taxi money. I asked him, were you born by a box or what? Oh, no, I'm not born by a box. But you are just coming and don't you know what day is today? Apparently he doesn't know. I told, oh, today is Mother's Day. At least he said, oh, Happy Mother's Day, and he gave me a hug.
So he acknowledges that it is Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Or is he like a boy who's just into sports? You know, when boys like something, if it's video games, it's just video. When they like sports, they can really obsess over something.
Yeah. He's very obsessed over soccer.
Over soccer. Is he good at soccer?
Very, very good.
Nice.
They had a game on, was it Friday or Thursday? And they won. So that day he was going for his awards now. They were getting awards.
So probably that was all that was in his mind. I'm getting an award. And he forgot that his Mother's Day.
Yeah, another thing about the food day, because they gave him a packs that they must bring those packs. So you get the food that was written on the paper.
Yeah.
So maybe I was just like, can't wait to go there and have my lunch and get my award.
What's the one moment, now not only about your elder son, what's the one moment about motherhood that you'll never forget?
One moment, when I'm with my kids, when I'm with both of them, that's the most exciting moment, because now you are with your kids and they're just there excited to be with you, like when it's holiday. Because my other son, I only get to see him when it's holiday or when I go to the north. So I try to make them at least be together, so they at least learn that with their siblings and they have each other. And just have a relationship also, because many a times we have siblings who don't have a relationship because they do not grow up together. They do not grow up together. So good to see them together. Thank you so much for agreeing to come and just having this conversation with me, opening up about your child. I know it's not an easy road. I know you make it sound like you've accepted it, but I know there are days where Yeah, there are those days where you're just like, no man, why is this happening to me? When you see other mothers co-parenting, other mothers and father co-parenting, then you are like, no, why, what did I do, God? Why is my kid's father not helping me in any way? So it's very stressful sometimes.
Sometimes. So that is it. That's my conversation with Katrina. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are a mom, please give a mom emoji. If this conversation that I had here, you know that it could resonate with somebody, relate or resonate with your friends or family, please share this video with them. My name is Pamela Nangobe, your host. Until next week, stay in purpose and keep shining. Bye bye.